disappointed to learn that Merced County has not been consistently included in the discussions that impact our community.
Well, hear why the High-Speed Rail Authority is now prioritizing other routes and what this means for the future of high-speed rail in Merced.
Fear and uncertainty for Chicago's migrant community as the commander-in-chief is doubling down on plans to send more immigration agents into the city.
Kind of nefarious plan is begin with ICE, cause mayhem on the ground, and by doing that, say that there's a need for military troops on the ground to protect ICE.
How long the enforcement could last and why the Chicago area leaders are urging the community to keep positive.
Many Californians are now questioning proposed plans for CHP to provide security for former Vice President Kamala Harris. Why the agency's lack of transparency has the public feeling frustrated.
And we've still got some hazy skies out there for you today, but we are starting the beginning of a cooling trend here for you. We'll see just how cool it's going to get for us in the coming days.
You're watching Fox 26, and now, great day.
We begin this hour with a live look at the silhouette of El Capitan and Half Dome in Yosemite National Park, and one heck of a sky. Isn't that gorgeous? Good morning. Thanks for joining us on this Friday. I'm Kim Stevens.
I'm Carl Cook. Liz Gonzalez is off today.
And I'm Justin Willis. Thank you for starting your Friday with us. And yeah, it's still going to be a little hazy out there for you. So
it didn't seem like there, boy.
Well, that's up in the,
yeah.
You get above it there, and it's not too bad. But some of that smoke was getting into the Yosemite Valley there earlier this week.
And is the smoke the reason why we have an orange moon this morning?
I was just about to ask that question.
Yeah, it is. You know, it's not good for air quality, but it makes for a heck of a sunset and a heck of a moon. So that's what you're looking at there. Let's get your current conditions going here and see how the day is shaping up. Right now it is 67 degrees. Winds are out of the northwest at 7 miles an hour. The dew point is at 56 degrees. The rest of the day, check it out. It's supposed to be clear skies, but I mean, we've got the smoke, so it's going to be hazy today. Wind speed's going to be about 5 to 10 miles an hour throughout the day. At 10 a.m., we're at 75. At noon, 83. At 5 o'clock, we're only at 94. Fairly normal there about that time, but getting even cooler. Yeah, that's our next weather maker. It's a cooling trend. I'll explain coming up.
This morning, fire crews continue to protect Wishon Reservoir from the Garnet Fire. They've made some progress holding it to 32,000 acres and now 14% containment. Now, the top priorities right now, according to fire crews, are protecting the McKinley Grove of giant sequoias and keeping the fire south of McKinley Grove Road. Crews worked directly on the fire's edge on its north and eastern side in the Sierra National Forest yesterday. So far, they've had success as the fire continues to back off the Patterson Bluff area west into the Dinky Creek drainage. And that's where crews keep improving containment lines and suppressing any threats to those lines. The Salt Fire burning on the valley's west side is now more than 17,000 acres with 10% containment. CAL FIRE officials say they have strong containment lines to the north toward Coalinga, and they've been able to reinforce them. The steep terrain where the fire is burning is proving to be a challenge, which is why 5 zones are evacuated and 4 zones south of Coalinga are under evacuation warning. Crews expect today's cooling weather to help, and they say the threat to Coalinga is minimal.
Now, what's usually a peaceful getaway in the Sierras is now a crucial stop for fire crews. Just northeast of the Garnet Fire is evacuation zone K27, and that's where you'll find Wishon Village RV Park. Standing for over 65 years, the park is now closed to the public under evacuation orders. Now, the owner, Chris Oneda, says that once the campground was evacuated, he did not hesitate to open it up to firefighters. With hundreds of crews working long hours on the front lines of the Garnet Fire, having a place to rest, eat, and even take a hot shower can make a big difference.
And so I called almost immediately and offered the campground because I know we have a lot to offer. Somewhere to sleep and a hot shower, food and drink. access to online capabilities so they can call home to their families. They're so thankful. They're positive.
With years of experience dealing with wildfires like the Creek and Rough Fire, Oneida says that he knows the importance of having a safe place for firefighters to rest and also recharge. He says he'll continue restocking supplies and also supporting firefighters for as long as they need it.
All right, it's 5:04. As you look to the east there, yesterday anyway, you noticed some cloud cover over there. Some of that was a little bit of monsoon and moisture, but other parts of that were some pyrocumulus clouds there because of the fires that continue to burn over there. So we're tracking the smoke still for you. Obviously, the heaviest stuff still coming from the Garnet fire on our surface level here. At this hour, you can kind of see we've got a little opening here in Fresno, but really most of the valley is covered in some kind of light to moderate smoke out there here. We go throughout the day here and things really start picking up for us later this afternoon. We get some moderate to heavy smoke that really starts getting into the Fresno area and south of there. Light stuff up in the North Valley there. Of course, you got the Dillon fire. The smoke from that is really pushing north there. And then, of course, the Salt fire going to be pushing more smoke. It looks like the way things are going, we could see heavier smoke from that fire coming in tomorrow. So heavy smoke while all of this is playing out, and we'll continue to keep an eye on it for you. Firefighters are actually getting less help because of any monsoonal moisture out there. That's kind of died off as the week goes on. We do have another chance for some, but in the very high elevations and closer to the other side of the Sierra Nevada mountains here by 2 o'clock this afternoon. We should see a little bit over there, but not much. It'll increase in area just a tad there by tonight, and then that gets out of here. So that's actually going to get displaced by some troughing that we're going to be experiencing. That troughing is actually what's going to lead us to some cooler temperatures. More on that in a second here. Relative humidity today, it's going to be 49% there. At its lowest, 25%. Bouncing back to 56% tonight on that relative humidity. Dew point's going to be at 55. And as far as that troughing goes here, you can kind of see the patterns of these troughs here coming in, almost like a funnel. And it's really funneling in some cool air to the valley, and that's what's really going to get us nice and below normal here. This low pressure that was causing all that monsoonal moisture to come up into the Sierra Nevada mountains here, that's going to start to back off. This troughing is kind of getting in the way of it there. But yeah, we'll have some nice cooler weather because of these troughs for the next few days here. So temperature-wise, you can kind of see what I mean here. So the normal high is 94. We're just a couple degrees above that today, and tomorrow, of course, backing off from the triple digits we've had this week. Sunday, though, we're at 93. That's about a degree below normal there, and should be plenty of sunshine out there. However, haze from all the smoke and the wind speed. So get up to about 15 miles an hour tomorrow, maybe 10 miles an hour on Sunday. Overnight lows, you can expect those to be in the 60s through the weekend. Next, we're getting a look at your highs and lows for today across the rest of the San Joaquin Valley.
A major update this morning on California's high-speed rail project, and it could mean big changes for the Central Valley. A new proposal released from the High-Speed Rail Authority are shaking things up in Merced and Merced County with new route options. In a board meeting last week, a Merced County worker confronted the board, claiming that in a new proposed plan they released, Merced was no longer part of the high-speed rail route. We asked a High-Speed Rail Authority spokesperson about this, and he said Merced will be part of the plans, just later down the road. He mentions that the current route will likely not turn a profit for several years. Therefore, other options are being considered, including routes that skip Merced and instead link cities like Gilroy. But he says nothing is final. These proposed routes are being reviewed. And we also spoke with the mayor of Merced for clarification and his take on the whole thing.
State law still obligates the High-Speed Rail Authority, as they note in their report, to build this segment. And it's a proposal or a suggestion that potentially they could prioritize the Bakersfield to Gilroy stretch. But as of now, the Merced to Bakersfield stretch, the 171-mile stretch, is still required to be built. You know, we applaud them for their work there, but you know, we still stand as a strong partner as we've been for the past 10+ years. And we look forward to working with them to show them that the Merced to Bakersfield route as an initial operating segment is still the best investment.
Well, we are told by the High-Speed Rail Authority and the mayor that the Merced-Bakersfield route is expected to be done by 2032, which falls into the original time frame. But it now looks like the Bakersfield to Gilroy route will become the first priority. Take a look at this build out, these scenarios anyway, which show profit and loss margins. And it shows the estimated losses for the Merced Bakersfield route at 3.8. Following that is the proposed route, San Francisco to Gilroy to Bakersfield, which is showing a profit of 47.5. Friant Road is back open this morning after a crash involving a propane truck. The road had been closed since Tuesday. The California Highway Patrol says the crash was strong enough to make the propane truck overturn after a sedan pulled out into the truck's right of way. 2 people in the sedan were badly hurt. The truck driver got minor injuries. Migrants in the city of Chicago are now on edge as more immigration agents prepare to move in. How long the White House says ICE could be there.
The Chuck Chansey Skycam, sponsored by Chuck Chansey Gold Resort and Casino.
Live look now at the Fresno Yosemite International Airport from above our Fox 26 News studio. It is 5:10 and 69 degrees outside right now. You can find new headlines and the weather forecast on your screen all morning long, even through the commercial break.
Hi, I'm Monty Torres of Fox 26 News on YouTube. Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel, where we have loads of great content for you to choose from. And while you're here, why not click on the subscribe button right here? That way you can stay in touch with all the latest breaking news, everything news related within the Central Valley. And thank you for watching.